In today's video, we're going to check out an outdoor speaker with up to 80 watts of power to provide us the deep bass and experience music the way it should be in a small form factor that's also weather sealed for the outdoors. This is the TRIBIT StormBox Lava brand new speaker that just got announced, and we're going to check it out and test it out and see how does it stack up. This is TK and this is the TRIBIT StormBox Lava. Let's check it out. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. This is the TRIBIT StormBox Lava, portable wireless speaker, and of course it has an explosive up to 80 watts with the 4 speakers that we have built in here. The TI amplifier built into here, of course, rugged IP67 rating, so definitely perfect for the outdoors. An unstoppable 24-hour playtime on a full charge directly onto the actual unit itself. And as you notice right there, there's also some carrier, basically some clips available there, and controls on the top. Now, as far as what we get here is up to 100 plus connections, and that what we're talking about here essentially is daisy chaining speakers like these up to 100 at a time to be able to create a surrounding experience. Bluetooth 5.4 support here, X-Bass technology, the ability of turning on that bass, that powerful bass that we've come to love from their speakers. Of course, controllable by the TRIBIT app, and of course, a hands-free calling and true wireless pairing, which makes it very nice and simple. So you can use 2 speakers to create that right and left experience. So we have the pairing button that we have. We can connect multiple units together. The X-Bass activation on and off, volume up, volume down, play, pause, and answer. And of course, Bluetooth pairing, as well as power button. So we can just press that and it'll give us an indicator light right above it. Right there, that little chirp tells us that it's activated and connected right there. Bluetooth light turns on, it's connected via Bluetooth. X-Bass is activated, turn it off, turns off the light, turn it on, turn it back on. And again, we have the 2 clips that we have in here. They do provide us 2 connectors. There is this nice little mesh connector that we're able to basically just clip on one side. And this makes it very nice and very simple and very minimalistic, I guess, in design and what you're able to use. Now, if you do need something a little bit longer, they do include this strap. This is an adjustable strap. Again, very easy to actually configure. Very nice and it's very simple. You can extend it or shorten it to your heart's content. And again, just provides you the ability of carrying your unit, basically kind of like a shoulder strap if you want it, or even to be able to hang it from, let's say, a tree so that you can enjoy this outdoors. Now, the nice thing about this system here is that we do have a back connection. So now, from the back, we're able to actually configure. So now to charge this, you need to open up the back cover here. This is a water seal tight. You have the ability of using an auxiliary input, so a 3.5mm headphone jack connection. And you can use the USB-C here on the left side to charge the unit itself. They do provide us a USB-A to C cable. And if you want to be able to charge out of the battery that's built in here, you can actually use the USB-A side here to be able to use it as a portable power bank. So very nice. And then when you're done, make sure you actually close it and that it actually sits very flush with the rest of the units. The speaker itself has 2 woofers on the side. There's one on the left and of course one on the right side, both having the TRIBIT logo on them positioned. And when we're looking at the actual speaker from the front, we actually have 2 30-watt neodymium magnet woofers here. That's the ones we're seeing here. Most of the bass is going to be generated there. And of course, an additional 2 10-watt silk dome tweeters that provide us the complementing 80-watt total of power. Again, you're not going to be disappointed in the sound that this system provides us. You're definitely not going to be disappointed with the amount of power that the system can generate. So to charge the speaker, you just need to use a power source that provides 5 volts at 3 amps, and you'll be able to charge it pretty quickly. The output is basically a 5 volt at 2 amp. That's that USB-A port that we have in there. And of course, the headphone jack doesn't need any power because it's pretty much an input for you to be able to enjoy content using that wire. To be able to control the application, just download the TRIBIT application directly to your smartphone and of course connect it. Now you notice here it tells me exactly the battery level on the actual speaker. I can connect it, go in there. That's the volume level that's preset in here. And one thing to mention is the volume level does match directly what we have in there. So if I raise the volume, lower the volume, it actually matches what's on the speaker to the phone. So you don't have to necessarily touch both of them. You're also able to go in there and go into the EQ section. You can customize it, the preset EQ that we have in here. Those are the ones that are out of the box. And of course, you can create one on your own. Just jump in there and go in there and customize the experience directly to your heart's content. So you can get that music playback profile that you want. And when you're done, you can save it, use it, or again, you can go back in here and then customize the experience to your heart's content. As far as the X-Bass button that we have in here, all we get is X-Bass off and X-Bass on. That's that little button that we have in here. Turning it on, turning it off. We'll change the profile by basically activating it between these 2. If you want to switch between all the other presets, you could just go in and select them directly, or even again, as we talked about, creating your own. Customization as well as firmware updates is pretty straightforward. The name of the actual speaker, the activation of basically auto turn off or shut down, you can actually set that on, turn it on if you want it to automatically turn off. EQ button, and of course voice prompt, and of course auto shutdown configuration. I did receive 1 software update since I've had the speaker, and it otherwise works pretty good. If you're ready to shut it down, just hit shut down and it's going to turn on. turns off the speaker, you don't actually have to get to it in case that's something you want to be able to do. One thing to mention though, unfortunately, is turning it back on. You do need to actually activate it on the speaker. Let's go ahead and take it outside and do let's go ahead and do some testing. I'm going to take it outside and show you guys a couple of examples. One, a nearby recording. How does it sound if you're standing within maybe 5 or 6 feet away from it? And another one where you're standing up to basically 10 feet, more like 10 to 15 feet away from it, and how does the speaker sound? Again, I'm using it as a single unit. You can use them in pairs, even more, to get even a bigger sound. But this is an example we're going there. And then after that, we're going to go back inside and start playing different types of music just to actually get the overall feel of how the speaker can perform.
To a freak show.
Make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how break your back to make me feel again. She feel guilty and she
So from the first audio sample that we got there, the speaker was about 5 to 6 feet away from the actual camera and the microphone. And you see that it has enough power and it generates a really nice sound. And especially when you're outdoors, you're fighting a lot of elemental experiences. So this is definitely an area where the speaker shines. When we went over to the 10 to 15 feet experience there, we started to notice that although the sound was definitely strong and very loud, it's able to fill the experience or give us a really nice sounding experience. I feel like that's where we start thinking about maybe potentially going to more than one. And you can daisy chain up to 100. The main thing you also want to make sure is that your phone is not connecting to all of them. They daisy chain off of each other, so the signal itself gets transmitted from one speaker over to the other. And I think that's the biggest thing. You connect to the main one, you pair the second one, and then that experience kind of transfers over. We've seen this technology from them before, and it works really nice. And I feel like that's really why they not only provide us a singular good experience, but if you want to multiply it or add more, it works really good. And again, it'll work much better in that experience when I was outdoors. Now, when we took it inside and we started to play the audio, as you noticed, vocals were really good. Again, customize the EQ to your personal preference, but the sound was really nice. The vocals were nice and clear. The bass was very nice and pronounced and very nice and filling. That was the other thing that I appreciate about the speaker. This is something that they've done very well, and they also tune, I feel like, their speakers to be very well in the mids and lows, especially for dance, pop, electronica, basically R&B music, anything that has a heavy bass soundtrack or basically a heavy bass floor as far as the music experience. Other than that, I think it's pretty straightforward. Use either a wireless connection or is it actually a wired connection if you want to be able to do that. And of course, control it with the app to get the best experience. My hope is that this video showcases the power of what the TRIBIT speaker can do. This is the StormBox Lava, again, a brand new speaker from them. And it basically builds on the experiences that we've had from them before. Strong, powerful, portable experience that's waterproof, elemental proof, and of course, giving us the ability of customizing it on the go. And if we want, connect multiple speakers at the same time. This is TK. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Like and subscribe as usual. And of course, I will see you in the next one.